Tom Aspinall is diving headfirst into prep for his clash with Ciryl Gane. His training camp is officially underway and the intensity is palpable. With Gane's elite striking and focus, Aspinall is grinding harder than ever to hone every skill in his toolkit. Tom Aspinall is grueling, sparring rounds to sharpen timing, pounding the heavy bag for explosive power, and shadowboxing for fluidity and precision. Every drill is deliberate, every move calculated as he blends speed, strength, and smarts for one of his career's toughest challenges.
I'm sitting around this now or never, I'm picking it first. You can't tell me that I won't make it, knew that I had this gift since birth. Grinding, came out the mud like Roddy, I had nobody, I came from dirt. Still came fuck, I put in the work. Painting a picture when I write lyrics, don't call me a rapper, I'm really an artist. This wasn't by chance or luck, I took one shot and I hit my target. I'm not even getting my prime.
James Lynch dissected the Aspinall-Gane matchup, diving deep into their styles and stats. He emphasized Aspinall's speed, accuracy, and clean striking, marking him as one of today's most efficient heavyweights. Lynch also noted Aspinall's underrated defense, as he rarely absorbs much damage in the cage. Highlighting Gane's slight reach edge, Lynch stressed Aspinall's youth and activity. He framed Aspinall's ascent not just as a knockout artist, but as a versatile threat, lethal wherever the fight goes.
I mentioned it there. Aspinall is 15-3. He's got 11 wins by knockout, 4 wins by submission. He's got 1 DQ as well on his record. Like I mentioned, 32 years old, 6'5" with a 78-inch reach. So he'll be 3 years younger and be 1 inch taller than Ciryl Gane in this fight. He's a BJJ black belt. He's got performance of the night 7 times. We're not going to go through all the names there, but yeah, pretty impressive that he's got performance of the night in pretty much all of his fights.
Lynch pointed out this is Aspinall's longest layoff yet, but not due to injury this time. He suggested the break might have fueled Aspinall's hunger, potentially working in his favor as he returned sharper than ever. Turning to Gane, Lynch noted the French heavyweight's inconsistency. Referencing Gane's lackluster bout with Volkov, he hinted Gane may have holes to patch before facing someone as complete as Aspinall.
Through all the names there, but yeah, pretty impressive that he's got performance of the night in pretty much all of his fights. Had his amateur debut way back in March of 2010. May of 2010, made his professional debut in December of 2014, made that UFC debut back in July of 2020 when he fought Jake Collier. He is 8-1 in the UFC. He's got 7 stoppage victories. Some notable wins include Andrei Arlovsky, Alexander Volkov. He actually has 2 wins over Volkov. Just the 1 win over Volkov. Why did I say 2? I was thinking of Gane. That's why. He's also got wins over Marcin Tybura, Sergey Pavlovich, Curtis Blades, and then he also has just 1 loss to Curtis Blades, but that was a knee injury, as you can see here, 15 seconds.
Lynch leaned toward Aspinall in his prediction. While Gane is technically crisp, Aspinall's finishing instincts and dangerous ground game could overwhelm him. Lynch expects Aspinall to avoid a striking battle, instead exploiting Gane's weaknesses on the mat. Still, Lynch left room for doubt, questioning Aspinall's untested cardio in later rounds. If the fight extends, things could get dicey. Yet he trusts Aspinall's power, speed, and fight IQ to make a bold statement against Gane.
Aspinall really should be undefeated because that was a knee injury. I think if you injure yourself, like, it's not like Blades was the one who like attacked his knee. You could just see his knee was out there. So realistically, Aspinall could be undefeated, but nonetheless, he's got a loss on his record. He's had a bunch of layoffs in his career. Let's go through those. So going from Curtis Blades, the first fight, to Marcin Tybura, that's where he had the knee injury. There was a 364-day layoff. Going from Sergey Pavlovich to Curtis Blades, there was a 259-day layoff. And then going from Blades to Ciryl Gane, 455 days. Thank you, John Jones, for that. That's the reason why he's been out. He hasn't been like injured or hurt or anything like that. It's just that he was waiting on John Jones in a fight that never ended up happening. The biggest tease in MMA history was UFC history was John Jones saying he was going to fight Ciryl Gane. Never ended up happening.
Demetrius Johnson, an MMA guru, unpacked the matchup with a mix of hype and caution, capturing its weight for both fighters and the division. They agreed this fight reunites the heavyweight scene spark. Guru, a longtime Aspinall supporter, spoke of the pressure on Tom and how some fighters thrive under it. He believes Tom will shine when the stakes are highest, with no room for hesitation.
Volkov. Let's talk about that fight against Volkov. If you go to MMADecisions.com, that's where the media can submit their scorecards. Check this out. 19 media members scored the fight for Alexander Volkov, one even scoring it 30-27. One media member, Danny Segura, scoring it for Ciryl Gane. Don't know how he got that. I think I watched this fight and I felt like Volkov should have won. Don't want to say it's a robbery because, again, I think most people had it 29-28, but it's right up there. I did think Volkov won that fight, and I don't think Gane looked that good.
Going again for the title's going to be active. It should be a sick card. I mean, other than that, after those
Jailton Almeida, Alexander Volkov is on that same card as well. So there's a good heavyweight. It's a good heavyweight movement card, for the division. But yeah, Tom Aspinall, I'm going to be sweating. I've done a fucking 3 years of propaganda campaigns for him. Really put him over. And if he doesn't pull this one off,
he's got to.
Then I'm going to worry about it. But there's so much pressure on him.
Yes.
He's one of those few fighters where when there's more pressure, I trust him more.
Yeah.
Because when the stakes are highest, you said this about Pashimik, sometimes guys are gym fighters.
Yep.
I think Tom's did the opposite.
He painted Gane as a slick technician who can land clean shots, but falters under pressure. Tom, by contrast, is the calm finisher who turns composed into chaotic when it matters. Guru didn't call it a lock, but he quietly believes Tom's mindset could tip the scales.
Am I going on this one? I won't keep you guys in suspense any longer. I'm going with Tom Aspinall, and I'm going to be taking him by submission. If you're Aspinall, why do you mess around here? Why play into Gane's strength, which is a striking? Now, the one thing I will say with Gane is Gane's not like a Pavlovich or some of these other guys that have that like one-punch knockout power. Gane has knockout wins, but I'd say he's more of a volume guy than just a flat-out knockout guy. So Aspinall, he should still worry about Gane in the feet. I think Gane is the better technical striker, but I'd say Aspinall's got more power than him. I think if Aspinall wanted to, he could knock out Gane, possibly as Gane gets older, and the striking defense is pretty good, so I don't know if that will happen, but we saw him go toe-to-toe with Pavlovich, went into Pavlovich's world and knocked him out. That was super impressive to me, and that was a couple fights back, but that was the fight that got him the interim title. So wouldn't be shocked if he goes that way too, but I think Aspinall's going to be smart here. He's got a long layoff. Go to your point of strength here. So, a couple things. Aspinall's got 100% takedown accuracy. Don't know if that'll, I don't know if that'll remain 100% against Ciryl Gane, but that's still really...
because sometimes you watch sparring videos of him and I'm like, stop putting out sparring videos.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of weaknesses that I'm seeing and chin up in the air. And I'm like, but in the fight when it's all, and I think Ciryl Gane might be the opposite. This is why I trust in Tom.
Yeah.
Because Gane is really technical looking, but when the stakes are the highest, he does seem to have his worst showings and make his worst decisions. And Tom seems to be the opposite. So I think it's a recipe for a Tom win. And we could be looking at that Pereira fight.
Johnson took a wider lens, noting how this fight could reshape the division. He's eager to see Tom at full strength, suggesting this is his moment to seize the spotlight after a long journey. Guru highlighted Tom's recent growth, new sparring partners, gym time, and how the layoff might have helped more than people think. It wasn't hype, it felt like a nod to a fighter quietly leveling up, waiting to unleash it.
Now, one thing to keep note of, if this fight goes past the second round, it could be interesting. We have not seen Aspinall go 5 rounds. How's his cardio going to be? That is one area of concern. So while I am confident that Aspinall gets the win, it's one thing to consider. Aspinall's only gone the second round one time in his UFC career. The rest of them have been first round finishes.
Finally, Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane the fight, because Ciryl Gane, he's a very big athletic heavyweight, right? Like he's got some good wins. And I just want to see Tom Aspinall more active. I feel we've lost a couple of years of seeing him active, and I'm excited for him just to get out there and just fight, just to see him fight.
When talk turned to the belt in Tom's prep, he opened up about Gane. Having shared laughs at events, Tom knows him well, but in the cage, friendship fades. Only one can stand tall.
For example, my next opponent I'm fighting, Ciryl Gane, I've spent a fair bit of time with him. Like, we've been on a few parties together.
Yeah.
We've met each other a few times. He's a cool guy.
I didn't even think about
But
that.
it's me and him.
Yeah.
So it has to be him. Simple as that.
Fair, bro. That's
Yeah, true. I like that though for him because I do think he was a bit green. You know, he doesn't have many fights, and because of his inactivity, you know, his knee injury after the first Blades fight and stuff kind of kept him out from a lot of that as well. So I kind of think this is going to be good. Maybe he's been refining things. He's got Ante Delija in the gym. He's got other heavy. He's been training with Rico Verhoeven in his kickboxing, and I think this has been good for him. You know, he's even got my man Phil de Fries, the GOAT himself. You know, he's some KSW heavyweight champion for the past decade or something. Like, he just keeps beating these guys at KSW heavyweight. But yeah, Tom Aspinall, I'm looking.
So in terms of fighting Ciryl, this is, like, in my opinion, like a very, very, very decent first, like, official champ fight for you. Is it a case of, like, I'm worried about that? Not even worried, but, like, is it a case of, do you still feel like you need to, like, show everyone, or are you just like, this is like day one of work, like, let's just get to it?
No, I think this is just another fight for me.
sick. Okay.
I'm not like, I don't like to put that kind of pressure on myself. It's just like, I got to fight, I got an opponent, we got to work towards that. Cyryl's like really good as well, so
He's fucking sick.
He's good, and I think he brings a whole new challenge.
Tom stayed calm discussing Gane. No bravado, just focus. He praised Gane's movement and speed, unique for a heavyweight, noting it's not a typical slow one-punch fight, it's shaping his camp, emphasizing sharpness to match Gane's middleweight-like agility. The respect was clear. Tom sees Gane as a challenge he relishes, expecting both to push each other to the brink before someone cracks.
Yeah, he's got a good kick though. He's a good kicker.
Yeah,
he's
bro.
definitely a good kicker, but yeah, I think I'll take it in the power
Alright, gang,
aspect.
bro.
Yeah, I think so.
You train differently for this fight?
I train differently for every fight.
Fair.
I train differently for every fight, yeah. Everybody brings their own challenge, I think, but I think in this one, we got to focus on the speed and the fitness a little bit more, just because of his style. And there's a few other stuff that I won't say in media, but
Fair.
When pressed on strategy, Tom grinned, keeping his plans close. Whatever tweaks he's making, they're under wraps until fight night. As the date nears, Aspinall's camp ramps up. Days are filled with intense sparring, relentless drills, and conditioning that tests his limits. He's blending heavy bag work with precise striking and grappling, ensuring every facet of his game is razor sharp. This isn't just a fight, it's Tom's shot to prove he's the best, against an opponent with rare movement. He knows Gane's puzzle won't be easy, but that's fueling his fire. He's training with purpose, honing the focus that comes when everything's on the line. The buzz around this fight keeps growing, fans feel it, and so does Tom.